And that's why I spoke out about it, because I feel like Twitter and social media can be like this echo chamber where you feel like because the majority thinks it's wrong, then it must be wrong. I'm just not finna do that. Like, if you want to stone me for doing that, that's cool. But for me, everything they said was Bible. The wording, could it have been more nuanced? Yes. Could it have been more pastoral, as some people said? Yes. But the essence of what was said was Bible.
Let's get the people what they want. The Wade-O Radio Show.
This interview is brought to you by our sponsor, Devin Turner. This MC and pastor is not only putting out great music, but he's doing phenomenal work in his community and abroad. Check out his new album, Luminary, available on all digital outlets. For more info, visit his website at devinturner.org. All right, it's DJ Wade-O here with Jackie Hill Perry.
Greetings.
How you doing, sis?
I'm all right.
You doing all right?
I'm hungry, but I'm good.
I'm hungry too, so maybe we need to get some Uber Eats popping off in here or something. This is not sponsored by Uber though.
At all.
But that's what's up. So, I'm hearing you working on a new album.
Well, sort of, yeah. It's done but not done. It's like, it's in that, you laid all your verses down and then you don't like the endings of some verses and still waiting on features. It's in that phase.
I got you.
Yeah.
I feel like you are, how could I say this? I was actually thinking about how to word this earlier and I couldn't figure out how to word it. But I feel like you're an amazing rap artist who just raps on the side.
Yeah.
Because you have all this other stuff.
It's a hobby.
But you're better than most people that this is like their only thing.
God is good. Like I said this we did a little live thing with Braille and Show, and I was like, I don't eat off rap, and I'm grateful that I don't, because that's a hard genre to try to feed your family with. It's very few out here feeding their family with that stuff. So I'm grateful that I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do. But I know it's not something I'm gonna do forever.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like I feel like just any form of communication.
Yeah.
You've pretty much mastered it.
Not mastered.
Close though.
I worked hard at it. Yeah, and I think it's one of those things, like, if God is giving you a gift, I think He's just giving me a gift with words.
Sure.
And so anything word related, whether that's rapping or playing Scrabble, I tend to be.
Oh, you nice in Scrabble too?
I'm very good at Scrabble.
Wow.
But I just tend to be good at
like
it.
Like Olympic level good?
No. But I know a few of the 2-word joints that'll catch you off guard. I know where to put an X at. Because people don't know how to use the X right or the Q. I know how to, but that's random.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the title of the album?
Crescendo.
Crescendo.
Yes, sir.
What's this mean?
It's very churchy. Like, I just love anybody that follows me. I love gospel music.
Oh yeah,
and
you
so
do.
I just kind of wanted to fuse
90s gospel music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just a tongue here and there gospel. I just wanted an album that kind of had some gospel influences, but also just this idea of like how Crescendo is growing in sound, and just the idea that us growing in faith towards God and love towards God, our life gets louder, our fruit gets louder. And so just really, what does that look like in song form? So it's a lot of singing, not from me, but it's a lot of singing because I want it to feel worshipful.
Wow.
When you listen to it.
So this is going to be totally different almost than the first project, because the first project I felt like was almost like boom bap.
No, it's still very much that.
Okay.
With a lot of moments of worship. Yeah. Okay. I think it's boom bap, but much more musical, if that makes sense. I think Art of Joy was just really simple and basic, because we were very limited in what we had the time to do.
I feel like Art of Joy was just like, yo, I'm gonna prove to y'all that I can rap.
No, it wasn't. I feel like this album. I feel like this album is that. I feel like Art of Joy was, making an album. I've been a poet. Okay, Let's see what this is like. I feel like this album is, let me prove to y'all that I really do know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just a poet. Like,
Well, okay, maybe you already proved it to me. Maybe everybody.
To you, I still got people like, yeah, I've been sleeping on you. I was pregnant when I did that album. My baby is 3 almost.
But you know what though?
It took that long.
But in all fairness though, you didn't tour it like that. Like
No,
you didn't tour it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like you put it out like, okay, yep.
That's
we
true.
put it out and then
So that's my fault.
Poets in Autumn popped up and
That's true.
you know.
Hey, I can't debate that.
Yeah.
It's free though. So it's like you got easy access. You ain't even have to pay for it. You know, freely given.
That's true. But I think I say this though. I think in this day and age, it's people get bombarded with music almost.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard. Like to me, you got to be really good to cut through.
Yeah. I think so.
Like and even hearing you communicate before when you were first talking about the music and coming out and doing that, it was just like, wow, like she's really good at this to cut through on the first album, and this is not even something you do on
Yeah. And music is just hard now. I was even thinking about, I was listening to one of Jay-Z's albums, and I was just remembering, like, his intro was like, you probably just got the CD and took the wrapper off the case.
Volume 3.
Yeah, and
Volume
I'm just
3.
like, we
I
don't
remember
have
that.
those
Yep.
moments
Yep.
anymore where music is, you wait for it, and when you get it, it's like a present and a gift, and you put it in your CD player. It's just so easily accessible now that I think it's harder for artists to capture that kind of joy in people. But
I remember that moment for me. What actually probably one of your influences, Lauryn Hill's album.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it when it first came out. I didn't want to hear it. And the crazy thing is, like when I got saved, that was like I bought that in Kirk Franklin.
Wow.
And I remember driving to Atlanta
Yeah.
from DC with just those 2 CDs.
That's crazy.
And just going back and forth like.
That's a good little mix.
It was Rebirth for Kirk
That's
too.
a good
It was
mix.
Rebirth for
Kirk
Kirk.
goes in.
Yeah, Rebirth for Kirk.
That's
So,
tight. That's a colorful CD cover too.
Yeah, absolutely. What's some of the stuff you're talking about on this album?
I have moments where I discuss justice issues, but I think mainly I kind of take it from the angle of some of my concern as I perceive the way Christians are handling justice issues, where some of it is grievous to me, where I just talk about that. Like, yeah, we can talk about justice, but we can do it lovingly. Like, that is a possible thing.
That's good.
Also just talking about, being a believer and having friends fall away from the faith and the grief of that. It feels like, dang, like we was just like in the scriptures together. Now you hate it. Like what happened? Just a lot of stuff. And I'm just rapping a lot. I'm just rapping. That's how it feels.
Yeah, that falling away from the faith is tough because it's jarring.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like shocking.
Yeah.
It's like people that it's like they had platforms. You thought they was around solid
Yeah.
people.
But the thing is, I feel like if the relationship is close enough, I feel like a lot of the people that I've known that have fallen away, I've seen it happen because it doesn't happen
so
overnight.
you saw it
it's
unraveling.
very
You saw it
gradual.
unraveling.
You see the loosening of their conscience. You see them kind of just stop caring about sin. Little sin stops bothering them. They start isolating themselves from community. You question them about, hey, how you doing? They guard it all of stuff. Where it's like, okay, like you see the hardness happening as it's happening. And I think that's the hard part is seeing the progression of it all, where it's like, man, like somebody could help you right here before you fall off the cliff, but you're just unwilling to hear it. So
I've actually been wanting to ask you about this. I saw this stuff online about this. What was it called? The Nashville. It's the Nashville? Was it the Nashville?
I don't remember.
Whatever it was, but it was a bunch of evangelical leaders came together to basically create this statement about LGBT and all of that. And
Nashville statement.
Yeah. I wanted to say something else there, but I knew that wasn't the word, and I didn't even want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But Nashville statement. For me, I was kind of wondering, like, why is this necessary if people have been kind of, I guess, because evangelicals haven't really,
for the most part, changed in their beliefs. Most of them, but
Some.
some have.
But there's definitely been a resurgence of people who are affirming same-sex attraction.
Really?
And stuff
It's like that? Is that?
Yeah. I think if you're not in that world, I'm in that world to a certain extent.
So you're seeing it?
Yeah, it's there.
How did you feel about the statement itself?
I enjoyed it.
You thought it was...
I loved it. And that's why I spoke out about it, because I feel like Twitter and social media can be like this echo chamber where you feel like because the majority thinks it's wrong, then it must be wrong. I'm just not finna do that. Like, if you want to stone me for doing that, that's cool. But for me, everything they said was Bible. The wording, could it have been more nuanced? Yes. Could it have been more pastoral, as some people said? Yes. But the essence of what was said was Bible. It was Romans 1, flat out, Ephesians 5, flat out, Genesis 1 through 3, flat out. And that's why I affirmed that this was true. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure I know some people didn't like that I affirmed it, but that's cool.
What did they say their problems was with it?
One person, they addressed me personally, which I appreciated. It was one of the articles where the wording basically was saying that if you affirm, you have to read it, but if you affirm same-sex attraction, then affirm same-sex attraction or someone self-identifying as a gender that's different than their biological sex, then you are departing from Christian faithful witness. A lot of people read that to mean that I'm not a Christian. That's not what it said. That you're to depart from Christian faithful witness is you're not in alignment with what the Christian faith says is true. Doesn't mean that you're not a believer, but it does mean that you're off. Yeah. And so to me, I think the wording is what kind of jacked people up on that.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, look, I feel like because society has been so let's fight for LGBT rights. Yeah. And the church, we always seem to be like behind the curve. Yeah. When it comes to a lot of this stuff. Yeah. So we're always like responding to what's happening in culture. Yeah.
I think sometimes we have to. Yeah. I think you see that with people when they parent their children. All of a sudden they start reading books about sexuality when their daughter comes home and said, "Mom, I think I'm gay." Yeah. It never triggered them before that until someone spoke up about it. So I think that's natural, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is, though, I think sometimes we do have to think forward, though. Yeah. Like, it's almost like we don't see it as the realm of possibility. Because, like I've told people this. I feel like the next thing that's going to happen is the pedophiles are going to come forward and they're going to say, we want this, we want that. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to be prepared for that.
People really hate when people say that. I just want you to know that.
I know.
But I agree. Because I think if you deconstruct this idea that my body and my affections decides what's right morally, then I think you do swing the door open for a whole lot. And I think we see that now. So.
Yeah, I mean, people always want to take sin the next step further.
And that's what the Bible said gonna happen. Yeah. It's about to get ratchet. It's getting ratchet in America. So I think we have to expect that.
What did you think about Andy Mineo? I guess the only word to say is endorse this book, Single Gay Christian.
I think this is the issue. I think I've already learned just with my time, just kind of always talking about sexuality, that there are usually two camps of gay Christians. There is the gay Christian who believes that being gay is a sin, and they will walk a lifestyle of celibacy to the glory of God, honoring Him and repentance and faith and all that. But they will call themselves gay Christian because that's they say their sexual orientation. There's also the gay Christian, which would be like a Matthew Vines, who believes that Romans 1 is not condemning homosexuality, that homosexuality is not a sin, therefore they can be gay and Christian at the same time, right? And so you have these two camps. The book that Andy was affirming was this camp. That guy, he is a professing believer who believes that homosexuality is wrong. He chooses to live a life of celibacy, but he wants to self-identify as a gay Christian. I say all that to say, I think knowing just kind of the differences in that, I can see how some people were very offended because they don't understand.
Yep.
They think that he's saying, oh, you can be gay and Christian. That's not what the guy is saying, but I think that's the danger of that title.
Yep.
Because I'm a person who refuses to identify by my past sin. If Jesus died for me, I identify with him. I identify as a Christian. I'm not going to identify as a drunken Christian. I'm not going to identify as a lustful Christian. That doesn't make sense. And I think it's confusing when you make your identity what you've been set free from. So, yeah, I'll just say, I appreciate Andy's heart. I think Andy's heart was to help and equip Christians to learn how to love the LGBTQ community in a wise way. So, yeah.
Yeah. Just the book
I just
title.
said a lot.
No.
I don't like the title, no.
Yeah, see, this is the thing.
But that's not his fault.
No, that's definitely not Andy's fault at all. I think it was important for you to make those two distinctions because the reality is most people probably thought the second scenario.
Absolutely, and that's natural. Because I didn't know until...
That was my first thought until I talked to him.
I didn't know until a couple of years ago that there were two camps. I had no idea.
Wow.
And so to me, it made me a lot less judgmental.
And that's you.
It made me a lot less judgmental where it's like, if someone says they're a gay Christian, now it's, what do you mean by that? Yeah. It's not, oh, no, you can't be that. I want to ask for, definition. So.
Wow. Yeah, you got to, it's crazy, man. I think, look, man, one of the things that I keep learning as I get older is that you got to keep asking questions.
Absolutely.
And you can't just assume everything
just
off the top.
Assuming is the worst way to love anybody. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're God. He knows everything already.
Yeah. I know you kind of mentioned on your social media you're working on a book too. Mm-hmm. How are you working on this book, album, all of this at once?
Well, I'm done with my first draft. The way I was doing the book and the album was I would write the book from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then I would write a verse or two for my album from 2 to 5 and then I would go home.
Focused.
And so I would just grind out, go home.
Where were you doing this at?
The book would be in the coffee shop. I write verses in my car.
Wow. Because
it's just the best.
It's a different space.
Yeah, it's not distracted. Yeah. It's super loud, stuff like that. And then I took a week or two out of my book writing time to go kill the album and then came back to finish the book. So it was really one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I will never do something like that.
That's discipline, though.
God is good.
You want to make it. You want to make it in this game, right? That's discipline, right there.
But I didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I got to do what I got to do so that 2018 everything is out of the way and stuff can just be released.
And watch you pop up with a Dove Award or something for the album, Grammy Award or something. Watch.
That would be funny.
I'm just saying.
I doubt it. But I want the book to do better than
And what the books get? Pulitzer? Get a Pulitzer Prize?
They do like...
Can you get that for a Christian book?
Pulitzer? I think you got to be pretty established to get that. I think New York Times bestseller list is like
that's
significant.
New York Times bestseller list is happening.
That would be cool.
No, it's happening.
That would be cool.
That's happening. I'm already saying it like it already happened.
You're decreeing and declaring.
See, I'm going to watch that. Some people may take that the wrong way.
They will.
But, you know.
Yeah. Hey, if it happens, it happens. But yeah, I'm excited about it because to me, that will be my proudest piece of work. I enjoy rap. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy poetry. But just having words on a page, I feel like that's what I do. And so I think for people to be able to experience just a different art form from me and something that I literally just pray through every chapter and just to give so much clarity to sexuality and to God and to goodness and to the gospel and how they all kind of just meld together. I'm just looking forward to how like God will help people see himself through it.
Well, I think one of your gifts, and you even displayed it in these few minutes that we've been in this interview, you're very good at explaining. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a book form, you're going to smash that.
And you can talk longer.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
you could go on for 500 words. You know? So
yeah, I think you'll smash that. Title for it?
It's Gay Girl, Good God.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's why you did that research, understanding those camps.
No, I understood that on some other stuff.
But
Yeah, that one is it was provocative. If I'm trying, because initially, like, some of the titles that would be being thrown out just sound like a Christian devotional. And to me, if I'm trying to appeal to people in that lifestyle and people who come out of it, I need to catch them with what would catch their attention. And I think if I just say, Jesus set me free, what does that even mean? Sure. Like, who is your demographic to say that? But Gay Girl, Good God, that was the reality who I was. But it's also the reality of how I write. I'm very frank. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm Christian, but I'm very specific in how I talk.
So do you think there's the potential for people to make that same assumption with your book
Absolutely.
title as with the other book title?
Absolutely. The difference is I have a subtitle that says the story of who I was and who God already is. That's one. The person that I have writing the foreword would not put their name on a book that was affirming that too. And then the backstory. And so I have things set in place that will add clarity. Now, if you just read the title and choose not to read the back cover or don't know the name of the person who read the foreword, sure. But anybody who reads the first chapter will know where I stand. So.
Crystal clear.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't want to confuse nobody.
I love it. Jackie, I always appreciate your time. I really do.
Thank you, brother.
And I'm happy for all this stuff that's happening for you. And I'm definitely gonna get the book, and I'm on the lookout for the album. You already know that.
I appreciate it. You should get an early copy. I mean,
yeah. Your record label is like, they send it to me before it almost gets announced. You know what I mean? It's almost too early.
That little WeTransfer link,
right?
Be lit. Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Hey family, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave us a comment. Would love to hear your thoughts on what we were just discussing. Also, if you want to book me for your next event, whether you got a concert, a party, a youth function, a corporate event, whatever it is, send us an email. It's booking@wadeoradio.com. I'd love to DJ your next event.